Hi everyone, it's Peter again from Yaw2 and we will check X-Plane 11 with the Logitech Flight Yoke System, the Yaw2 motion simulator. Let's fly! This peripheral is quite lightweight, it's around 1.5 pounds, so I don't use any counterweight. I will not use the rudder pedals for this particular gameplay because I'll try to keep everything as simple as possible so that complete beginners can also fly and enjoy it. For fixing them onto the plate, I just use the basic clamps from Logitech, which is just 2 screws. You have to get it hand tight, but not too tight because it's plastic, so pay attention not to break it. As usual, let's start with the setup, first on the PC. We will be using virtual desktop, so let me open this application. And also, we'll be using the game engine. Let's connect to the simulator. And we will be also using Steam VR. We'll also be using X-Plane 11. Let's start a game. Now we click on new flight. I'll be flying a Cessna Skyhawk 172. And I'll be doing it from the John F. Kennedy International Airport of New York. Weather is set to clear. Local time is around noon, so it's a pretty beginner flight. Even the aircraft is an easy to handle plane. Before I hit start flight, let's go to the simulator and put on my Quest 2. Let's get into the simulator. You just have to release these locks over here. This side first, close it back, then this side, and close it at this point. And what I recommend to you if you're using the Quest 2 as well, I just usually hang these up on the yoke. It's easier to get in, and also when you're flying it's easier to put it there. Then release the lock, get it back here, release the other side, and here. Yeah, let's put on the Quest. First, open the virtual desktop. It gets connected automatically because we're on the same network. And here we go. I already see the screen. So what I'm gonna do now is open the keyboard, Alt tab, open the game engine back up, and start a plugin. Start manually if it loads too slowly. And I start it, go back again. I know what happened, so I will just start the simulator. And off we go. I'll exit VR with double clicking the menu button just to start the motion compensation. We have the icon for that on the desktop. All you have to do here is enable motion compensation and hit apply, and then you see it's motion compensated. By the way, there are some settings. We've been using these values here. It's pretty good, I think, and I'm prone to motion sickness, so I think and I prefer that this is the sort of like the best setup, but of course you can fine tune anytime. So apply, and then let's check the game engine. But I feel that the motor is holding, so yeah, it started. The simulator is, by the way, Yeah, let me limit yaw movement because it's the standard edition of Yaw2, so we don't have the USB hub for the rotational platform. That means we have an issue with the cables, but I'm limiting it to 21 degrees each side so that I don't get tangled up with the cables. Okay, and let's start flight. My position seems to be okay now, but you can always recalibrate with pushing X on the left controller, and now I don't really need the controllers anymore, so I will just hang it up on the yoke. And let's push the brake button, releasing the brakes, and then let's speed up. I put it to maximum speed so I can gain enough speed before taking off. And as I'm increasing the speed of the plane, I can already feel the vibration, but as soon as it takes off, you can see the vibration stopping. Let me pull the yoke and take off. Wow. So the pitch motion is great. I can feel taking off. Feels good actually. And it's pretty easy to handle this plane. The Logitech Yoke System is also easy to handle. It reacts instantly. I see no issue with it. It seems to hold pretty good. So I think it is stable, but we'll see by the end of my flight. Motion compensation is also coming along pretty well. So I am again prone to motion sickness, but I don't feel dizzy or I feel great. I don't have any issues here. Of course the buildings could look better, but that's not the point of this game. And the plane itself looks good. I like the graphics. Let's try some maneuvers. Well, I hope I won't crash the plane though. Let's fly a bit higher, and I'll try to do a barrel roll, for example. Well, I don't think I can without the rudder pedals though. Kinda, sorta. I wouldn't say it was good, but with the rudder pedals it certainly would be better. But I can feel that I'm getting pushed to the back of the seat when I'm increasing my elevation. So let's try something else. Let's try to put the plane in a almost vertical position so that I feel that I'm gonna turn upside down. And I do feel something like that. I guess it's because of the pitch motion. But now I can't. Okay, almost. I almost turned upside down, but let's try it again. I'm just pulling the yoke. Getting up. Oh, okay. If it was my first ride, cool. If it was my first ride and I haven't seen the device before, I would definitely go for the seat belt. But it's not that dangerous as it seems. I mean, when I pull it up and go vertical, I do feel a little bit like I'm gonna turn around. I'm turn upside down. But it's not as dangerous as you feel it is. But I really love to feel this G-force. I hope it can be called the G-force. It's great. Okay, now try to land. That's the point when I usually crash planes. Hopefully that won't be the case now. I will decrease the speed a little bit already. I'm not a pilot though. I think you have figured it out. Let me decrease the speed a little bit further, put it back to 0, and then try not to crash the plane. That's all I have to do. Let's see. Gotcha. Almost. Okay, there. Oh, the vibration is cool. I mean, there are smoother landings. I'm pretty sure about that. I can feel the gear forces. And now I'm just gonna stop with pushing the brake button again. I know there are definitely better ways to land and more controls on the plane, but that's for a ride when you can enjoy the flight as a total beginner. I didn't crash it. I mean, I'm very happy I didn't crash it. It was an absolutely simple flight in X-Plane 11 with a Cessna Skyhawk. As they say, this plane is good for beginners, even in real life. If you haven't ever flew in any of these softwares or real life, you can even try this out and go with the very simple controls that I just showed you, using only the throttle and only the single button for releasing the brakes and then braking at the end. And then you can just pull and push the yoke and steer with it. And you can already feel a lot of motion from the Yaw simulator, from the Yaw2 simulator, and it feels good, especially when you're about to turn upside down. I do feel that I'm gonna fall out of the chair or something like that, but there's nothing like that happening. Of course, if you see it from outside, it doesn't look dangerous. Thanks for watching. Any feedback's welcome as always, and see you next time.